Hey guys, welcome back to Empowered RN. So over here, this is where we make content for healthcare professionals, especially your nurses, and empowered meaning empower you with information to make empowered decision-making strategies. Dive into the video. So this video, we're going to talk about some top recruitment agencies that you can use for international nurses. Now, before I do this video, just a disclaimer: no way, shape, or form am I being sponsored or am I being paid for any of these videos. If you're watching and you'd like to sponsor and you like to pay, no problems with that. We're open for collaboration and business. Now, furthermore, I did not do like from best to worst or from worst to best. So don't think that I did that like that. I just mixed them up a bit. Now, before we talk about the agencies, what we're going to talk about is that most of these agencies are similar because they're doing a similar process, getting international nurses to work in the United States. Now, for them, the requirements of majority of these agencies right across the board is that as a nurse, you have to have a bachelor's of science degree or an associate degree in nursing. So you must have like a 4-year degree program which will give you a bachelor's, or a 2-year degree program which will give you a diploma. And yes, if you have a diploma in nursing, you're eligible to apply. Most of these companies have different territories that they recruit to. So most nurses you see coming from, especially the Caribbean, you'll see go to a particular country, or if you're coming from Europe or Africa, and they have their bases all over. Another requirement is that they will require you to have not only your degree or your qualifications, but you must be registered within your home country, which requires you to be a part of your nursing board to state that you have passed your nursing exam and you got your license number. So they may require that. They normally require that also. So your bachelor's degree is one, licensing is another, and then experience. Now, some of these companies may require you to have 0 experience or 1 to 2 years experience. The least I have seen would be 0 and then 6 months or more. Another requirement that many of these companies will require you to have also is that they require you to come from like a 400-bed facility. So many of these systems or hospital systems within the United States are huge. So they want you to come from your home country with some of these experience of working in some large hospital facilities. Now, some of these, depending on your specialty, you can be recruited as an HDU nurse, hemodialysis. You can be recruited as accident and emergency or ER. Med-surg, which is a popular area, many persons are recruited from that area. Or if you're a psychiatric nurse, you can be recruited from any of those areas. Some areas may not be as popular as such, and they may ask you to, hey, go and get some experience in the med-surg area. It may not be a requirement for some, but some will ask you to pick up part-time hours or PRN, or probably relocate to another facility that will give you that experience. Now, the first company that we're going to talk about is Avant Healthcare Professionals, and I have it pulled up. I'm going to put up their image on my screen so you can see it. So most of these companies, you actually can go on their site, and once you type in the name, you see everything, and every single company allows you to apply from their website. So for most of these companies, what they're offering to nurses is 1, green card, EB3, visa sponsorship. Not only is the nurse allowed to be sponsored, the company also sponsors her family, his or her family, whether your wife, your husband, and also your children, which must be under the age of 21 years old. So you're getting visa sponsorship for you and your family. They also give you support in terms of onboarding, relocation, set you up with housing, cars, you name it. And you're asking me, if somebody's getting opportunities like these, will you turn it down? But let's keep focused and remain on the mission at hand today. So with Avant, with the process, once you apply, and I'm just using them as an example because every single one of the other companies has the same outline. So you apply online, they may do a little phone interview after to make sure that you have the right requirements, such as the bachelor's, the diploma, the experience, just to make sure that you fit the program that they are offering. After that, they may lay out the contract, tell you that, hey, after we sign this, we're going to get your documents. You're also then told about the NCLEX program, which they offer. Now, the NCLEX is the examination that every single nurse has to take if they're going to matriculate to the United States. That's a board examination, which every nurse takes once they finish their nursing program, to say that you have passed and you have successfully completed the NCLEX, and that you're able now to work within the United States. Now, some programs, I think it lasts from a month or two. After you're finished with that, the companies also sponsor you in terms of getting a flight, depending on where those Pearson View centers are. And those are the centers that you go to take the exam. You come up, take the exam, fly back home. Once you have matriculated, pass the exam, they then now set you up for job offers with different facilities that they have contracts with to give you those jobs. After that, then you've completed that process, got a job offer. The embassy is the next requirement, where you go to the embassy, do an interview. Once you're successful, placement dates are put in place, and then they know you're matriculated to the United States. After that, many companies have onboarding and offboarding processes where they assist you with support, such as making sure you have good housing, liaison officer to take you around, get used to the area, make sure that you're settled in after relocating. And that's basically a nutshell of what these processes would be once you start to apply with them. Of note, I know on Avant's site, it noted that the green card processing may take 8 to 12 months. And we know what's happening right now with visa retrogression. It may take a little while more longer than some. Before visa retrogression, I've noted that some visa processing would have moved fast, such as quickly as 6 to 8 months. So it depends on the climate in terms of immigration at that moment. Now, most of these companies, what will differ from them, I may say, is the length of the contract, and that's something that you need to look out for. But we're going to speak about that after we've spoken with all of these companies. So for Avant, I know with their contract, it may be a 1 to 2 year contract that you have to sign with them. Once you matriculate and you start working, you have to repay them in like a payment package for all that they have like spent. So their process may take like 1 to 2 years, but I do know that I have heard persons who worked with them stated that once you do overtime, the overtime helps to take down the amount that you have to pay back. Now, the next company that we're going to look at is called O'Grady Payton, and they are under Avant Healthcare. Both Avant and O'Grady Payton spread right across the world. I know these are popular companies for those of us who are living in the Caribbean. I've seen quite a number of persons from Africa also and Europe who have also used these companies. Now, same process, you can go on their website, see, and start an application with them. Their requirements, I know for OGP, their requirements is that the nurse not only has her bachelor's and her license, you must have at least 1 to 2 years experience. But I normally encourage persons to apply and still see what they say. Now, their contract, I think, is the shortest contract in the game. Their contract lasts for 2 years. I know most companies, they may ask that their contract may go up to 3 years. So that's how long the nurse has to stay with the company until she can work on her own. All right, so the next company that we're going to look at right now is called Westways. Now, I've heard of Westways through some of my friends who are from the African region. I know that Westways is pretty popular in the African Middle East country. So they also do international nursing also. And it states here on their page that they offer USA sponsorship Every year they sponsor hundreds of nurses from Asia, Africa, Middle East, and Europe who are excited to work in the United States. So if you're living in any of those territories so that I listed, such as Asia, Africa, Middle East, you can apply to this company called Westways. I'm not sure how their contract lasts, meaning how long you'd have to stay with them. That's a question that you can ask. I know their basic requirements would be bachelor's and also years of experience. I'm not sure how long the contract is, but I've heard that their rate that they pay their nurses have been pretty good and somewhat competitive compared to others. The next company that we're looking at is called Shearwater Health. Now, Shearwater Health is pretty spread across various the continent. Also, I've seen Caribbean nurses utilize this company, and some persons from Europe and Africa also. Same process, meaning that they cover cost, they prepare you, and they place you. Now, I'm not sure how long, how many years of experience Shearwater will ask for, but if you're watching this and you've worked with them, you can drop it in the comment section. However, I do know that their contract lasts for 1 to 3 years. At least the maximum is 3 years that the registered nurse has to stay with them. And all these companies gives visa sponsorship jobs. Now, what I normally tell persons that if you have a specific company that you really want to work with, you can, but try and apply to as many, and who calls and suits you, you choose them. The other company, I think the other day I saw where I think Shearwater had a program where they offered like assistance with getting your furniture like on a layaway plan, I think, and I thought that was pretty good for nurses because you do need furniture when you come here, and some companies offer support in that also. The next company that we're going to look at is called Interstaff. Now, Interstaff does work in various continents or countries across the world. I've seen Caribbean nurses and a couple nurses from Africa with this company too. They have a bit of visa programs, a quite number of visa programs. So they offer the EB3 for nurses, which is the green card, and that's a visa sponsorship job. They also offer the TN visa, and this is for Mexican and Canadian citizens. So if you're a Mexican watching this right now, or a Canadian citizen, and you want to work in the United States, they offer the TN visa program. So with that program, they say it's a non-immigrant visa program under the North American Free Trade Agreement, granting citizens of Canada and Mexico the opportunity to work within the United States. Now, the advantages they say of the TN visa is that it's processed very fast, it's flexible, it is a visa that lasts you up to 3 years, and it can be renewed indefinitely after 3 years. Your spouse and dependents, also children under 21, can accompany you with this visa. And unlike other visa categories, there is no cap on the number of visa that you can get from this. So this is another opportunity for those who are living in Canada or Mexico, that you can apply for the TN visa through Interstaff. Now, for my students, they also offer the F1. You are a student nurse who goes to school or nursing school within the United States, but you're not a citizen. Interstaff and some other companies offers you the F1 visa. Now, the F1 visa is called the student visa. So once you have finished with your nursing course, you are given the opportunity to apply. You can take the opportunity rather to apply to Interstaff and ask them to sponsor you for your EB3 or to take you off your F1 visa and sponsor you for your EB3 visa. No, so this is for those that are international nursing students, and this is what the site says, who are recent or soon to be graduates from US nursing programs. So candidates should apply by currently. So if you're going to apply, they say that you should be currently be studying in the US under a nursing program or be a recent graduate to launch your nursing career, and they will partner with you to give you hospital placements and also set you up for your EB3. The next company that we're going to look at is called Passport USA. Now, Passport USA is another company that recruits international nurses, same requirements. Their requirements in terms of experience, I've heard that they take individuals with zero experience. So if you have no experience and you're interested in this company, you can apply to Passport USA. I'm not sure how long that their process lasts in terms of the contract. It may be like 1 to 2 years or 3. You can follow up on that. And if anybody watching this has gone with Passport USA, you can drop in the comment section the length of the contract also. So if you have zero experience, you can reach out to Passport USA. I've heard of somebody who went with them and said they had no experience and they were successful with them. The next company that we're going to look at is called Connectus. So Connectus USA is a company that specializes in direct hire and also permanent placement. So direct hire is where the company will place you to a hospital system, but they won't be responsible for you initially after you're placed with the hospital. The hospital will take over. Other companies, the hospital and the company will work and then pay you, but you're transferred over directly to the hospital, and the hospital will take care of all your immigration fees for you and your family. So Connectus does that. I've seen Connectus being frequent in some other countries. So if you're watching this and you're in the UK and you want to transition over to the United States, Connectus is a company that I'm seeing advertising also for that. Other companies such as OGP, I've met nurses from the UK who were placed in the UK transition over with the use of OGP. So if you're interested in that portion, you can apply to Connectus. So direct hire is a bit different, as I explained already, and then you also have permanent placement with the agency. You'll be responsible for them until your contract ends, but direct hire eliminates the middleman and just transfers you over to the hospital, whom you have to work for until your contract ends, and their contract may be 2 years or 3. However, with those direct hires, you do get some benefits that you may not get if you had gone with an agency. And I think that's the last. No, I have one more company that we have to look at, and that's the last company that of all the companies that I have researched, and this is the MedPro International. So MedPro International recruits registered nurses, they recruit medical technologists, certified nursing assistants also. So if you're like a practical nurse, CNA, they have a program for you guys. You can go on their site and apply. And it's similar, they'll reach back out to you with a call or emails, and they do have contracts. I know their contracts last for 1 to 3 years. Their requirement is similar with a bachelor's. You must have a license. However, in terms of experience, I've known that their experience goes up to 6 months, so they may take you with 6 months experience. So if you're interested in applying and you fall into any of these categories, such as a registered nurse, medical technologist, certified nursing assistant, you can apply to MedPro International. So these are all the companies that I've known about. If I had left out a company and you think it's a pretty good company that you would recommend, you can drop them in the comment section for anybody else that is interested to know which company to go with. If you have worked with any of these companies, you can drop in the comment section some advice that you give to others and other things that I may have left out that individuals need to look out for when applying to become an internationally educated nurse within the United States. So we have went through everything in terms of the basic requirements and what is needed by most of the agencies. They offer the similar services, similar support. Some companies may be a bit more I must say like different, maybe offer more off-boarding support than some, but all of them offer the same services. It's up to the nurse and just to select the company that suits you best and matches your wants and needs and your family. If you like this video and you'd like to see more content, press that like button and press that subscribe button, and see you in another video. Bye.